Prime Minister Mark Carney. Let's listen in.
I mean, what they did was terrible. They made up a fake statement by President Reagan. Reagan was a big supporter of tariffs when needed, and we need tariffs for national security, and they totally turned it around because they're getting hurt by tariffs and we're gaining by tariffs. But they took a commercial saying the exact opposite, Canada. And so I'm very disappointed in Canada. They lied. I mean, it was
The announcement comes after Canada indicated its willingness to resume trade talks with the United States. Now, the U.S. President Donald Trump terminated talks with Canada last Thursday following an anti-tariff advertisement released by Ontario's provincial government. The video used footage of former U.S. President Ronald Reagan to warn against tariffs, although the message misrepresented Reagan's viewpoint of circumstantial tariffs. Speaking further on the controversial ad, the U.S. president has criticized the commercial as misleading and said it caused confusion over U.S. trade policy. He has further emphasized that the United States is using tariffs only to protect national security and reclaim economic losses from previous administrations. Meanwhile, Ontario's Premier Doug Ford has confirmed that the ads will continue to air during the weekend's World Series games to reach a larger U.S. audience. Ford has also noted that the campaign will be paused starting Monday to allow trade talks to resume between U.S. and Canada. Now we move on to our next news. U.S. President Donald Trump has said that he hopes for a great meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Speaking on his way to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Trump has said that he looks forward to discussions aimed at ending the ongoing trade war between the world's two largest economies. Let's listen in to what he has said.
We have a lot of things to discuss, including our farmers. They have a lot of things to discuss. The various trade deals that have been made in the past, and some broken, some not broken, but we've got many things. I think it's going to turn out to be a very good meeting.
The meeting with Xi Jinping is scheduled for the final day of Trump's trip to the region in South Korea, where leaders are expected to explore ways to reach a mutually beneficial trade agreement. Now we are joined by Meher Khurana. She's a correspondent. Meher, thank you for joining us. What is expected out of this meeting between the two leaders? Is Trump willing to cut back on tariffs imposed on China?
Well, yes, Asuma, major developments taking place today, and US President Donald Trump has made these comments while he was on board the Air Force One for his trip to South Korea. Now, despite Trump calling his meeting and hoping that his meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping will be a great meeting. Now, despite these claims, let's not forget that Trump has also claimed that he will slap 155% tariffs on Chinese imports starting November 1st if China does not cooperate with the United States. Now, Trump is en route to the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, which is supposed to take place in South Korea from October 31st through November 1st, 2025. Now, US President Donald Trump is also set to meet the newly elected Japanese Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi, as well as the Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Trump will also hold talks with the South Korean President Lee Jae-myung while at the APEC summit. And let's not forget, the main meeting between Xi Jinping and Trump is also set to take place. Now, to answer your question about the possible outcomes between this meeting, now first outcome could be that China commits to buying more US products and import more US products such as soybean, and it has already been a major exporter of soybean from the United States, and they may also increase their imports of the Boeing aircraft. Meanwhile, the US can also ease some restrictions on China's advanced semiconductors that it exports, and Beijing may also loosen its control on rare earth minerals. Now these are the expected outcomes, and let's see what the APEC summit and the developments that take place from there, and we'll bring you all the developments as and when we get them. Over
Thank
to
you
you,
very
Asma.
Thank you very much, Meher, for joining us and sharing that insight. Now we move on to our next news. In Seoul, more than